Oh guys, 37 Super Swampers. This is not good. The tires are super unbalanced. They were having a hard time balancing it, and they put some beads in there. Even with the beads, it's super sketchy. A lot of death wobble. Whoa, I don't trust this. We gotta get rebalanced. Welcome back to another video. This is a Toyota video on the Land Cruiser, my 95 FZJ80. Today's video, I'm just gonna show off the Old Man Emu J series lift, which is roughly a 3.5 to 4 inch lift. I didn't film myself installing this yesterday because I was doing it during the rain. I don't have a nice garage or anything like that, but it was pouring rain, and with dedication, I was able to knock it out within like 4 hours. But I want to show you guys what I got. The Old Man Emu J series lift is very common, very basic setup. I got it from Cruiser Outfitter. The kit runs about $1,200. It comes with the steering dampener, front coils, front shocks, caster correction plates, rear coils, and the rear shocks. I did ask them to remove the steering dampener because I already have one that's new from this summer, so they removed it, and the kit was about roughly about $1,100. It only knocked it like another $50 and then $250 for shipping. So this whole kit was just under $1,400 shipped to my door. But on top of that, I went ahead I also went ahead and ordered a 1.5 inch spacer from Metaltech. So this is a front spacer from Metaltech. This is metal. This isn't the polyurethane or the rubber one. This is metal, which works really good and super easy. It just bolts onto the stopper and then bolts up here. So front shocks, coils, casters all installed. The rear shocks is installed. Oh, and also on the rear shock, this doesn't come with it, but this is the rear sway bar drop bracket. So I ordered that with I ordered this from Cruiser Outfitter too. It was about like $42, and this is what the $1,400. The end link is disconnected right now because I do have new end links, but I'm waiting for my new bushings to come in. So once my new bushing comes in, I'll install that. I also went ahead and extended my brake lines. I told you guys that already from my other video. I got them locally made, custom made, which was like for under $80. So I did my brake lines already prior to the installation, which was super simple. I don't have a front sway bar. I deleted my front sway bar. I deleted my ABS system already from early this year, which makes it super easy to install. That's what the cast plate looks like. They don't recommend it, but they do give you a tip that you should put like a wheel right here. So lay a bead right here, and I don't think I'm gonna do it. I don't think it's necessary. The other thing I have to order is a panhard bar. So I had to order, I'm gonna order off of Slee Off-Road. Slee Off-Road, they make an adjustable DIY panhard where you cut your original one. You cut your original one, and then you slide in their panhard adjuster, and then you weld it up. So I'm gonna order that for the front and the rear because it definitely needs it for this amount of lift. And then for the back, there's also the upper control arm that needs to be adjusted as well, because right now on the rear, the front diff is like pointing down, so it needs to be up more. So this is what it looked like. I'll go ahead and show you guys some of the numbers here shortly. But the coils, they do come marked with A and B, and for the US left-hand drive, the coils that's labeled B is put onto the driver's side, and A is on the A is passenger side. Here's the brake line. The brake line works great, super extended. I'm not gonna show you guys the rear because the rear is pretty self-explanatory. So this stuff here clears 37 perfectly. Now I'm gonna talk about the 37. So I'm running 17x9 Steelies, and I went ahead to the tire shop today, had them slap on the Super Swamper 37x12x17s, and they were having an issue balancing it with weights. So they told me that they'll go ahead and go with the other route, which is putting beads. So I told, yeah, go ahead and put the beads in it, where you put the beads in the tire, it automatically balances it for you. Well, they did that, and then on my way home, which was like 10-mile trip, this thing was super shaky. As soon as I got over 30 miles an hour, this thing was like, whoa, I don't trust this. Thank goodness there's no highway. I pretty much coast home around 30 miles an hour, and I took the tires off, and I took the wheels and tires off, and I'm gonna take them to another shop that specializes in off-road rig, and supposedly they know more about balancing these big tires. But I'll go ahead and post some photos and stuff like that. On a side note, my white pickup is running now. I'll make a video about that later. So here are the tires and the wheels. So these are the Steely's Super Swamper 37 by 12 by 17. Now I ran Super Swampers before. These are the SX2, which is supposed to be the newer version, but these are actually discontinued now. And these have like the side eater. So my green pickup truck from 2019, I had the original Super Swamper TSL. Now I know that the Swamper in general, the Swamper line, they have a lot of issue with balancing. It's very hard to balance them because these tires are meant for like a trail rig, where you're to trail your rig to the trails, wherever. So I already knew that there's gonna be an issue, but this time was really bad. Like, it's not even bearable. Like, I don't mind if these tires have like a little bit wobbliness around like 65 miles plus. That's totally fine, because usually when I'm on the highway, I like to cruise around 50, 55. But at 30 miles an hour, this thing was like boom, 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 like death wobble. Super scary. So I'm gonna take that and get those balanced tomorrow, and I'll show you guys how they go. Oh, right here too. I told you guys about the A, B. So B is passenger. I always like to no, B is driver. I always like to put a zip tie on my driver's side. Anything that's driver, I just put a zip tie on it. It makes it easier. Right here are some measurements that I took before I lifted it, just for reference. So old man MU with 1.5" spacer. The front bumper, where the winch is, was 23 inches. Front driver, so from the center of the wheel to the fender, 36 all around actually. And then from the bottom of the rear hitch, the rear bumper, it was 21 inches. As soon as we put the lift with 295, we went to 28.5 inches on the front bumper, 40, 41, 38.5, 39 3/4, and 23.25 on the rear bumper. And with the lift and 37s, we went from, I don't know how we went from 28 to 29, so maybe it was just it needed some sagging or some adjustment. But front bumper went to 29.25. Front driver, front passenger went to 42, 40.5, and rear driver was 41.5, 42 3/4, and 24.5. So our front bumper, we went from 23 inches and we gained 6.25 inch of height. Front driver, we gained 6 inches of height. Front passenger, we gained 4.5 inches. I don't know how that happened. And then the rear driver, we gained 5.5 inches. And then rear passenger, we gained 6 3/4 inches. And now these are all within 1/4 inch, hit or miss, because I just kind of eyeballed it.